Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Randy. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
So I want to make sure that we can see my screen.
Yeah, I saw it pop up there. It looks like you got it.
Um, well, let's see.
So this is my last Zoom meeting, hopefully as president.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen now?
No, I still see you.
How about now? No?
No.
Okay, so
I'm going to make you a co-host. That'll give you more.
yeah, let's do that.
So there should be a little square with an arrow up that says share content. And then you click screen once you open the app, I guess. Are you on a laptop or a tablet?
I'm on a MacBook.
There you go.
And okay, now do you see my program?
Yes.
Good. Can I just leave that up? Or
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it'll make it hard to do the first half of the meeting.
well, let's see. I just want to make sure that I can get to it.
Right. Why don't you do it a few times to practice and then we should be good.
Okay, what do you see now?
Still see your screen.
Okay. And now?
I see your screen with the Zoom box behind it still.
Okay.
So if you, now we're good. Now I see the participants.
Okay, so I think I can get to it now.
Okay, good.
It always concerns me. So, that really is a milestone. Your last Zoom meeting.
Well, we're going to have hybrid Zoom meetings, but hey, Steve, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
So
Good morning.
Steve was instrumental in helping get us lined up for a location. We've had some trouble with our normal location, so not next week. We're taking the week off because we're doing an evening meeting at somebody's cul-de-sac, and then after that we start our live hybrid meetings. And congratulations, Steve. No, nobody more worthy, I think.
Well, I'm very honored. Thank you.
You were my nominee.
Well, wow. You're going to have to provide me with a great deal of, you and Lisa, a great deal of advice. I somewhat tremors. My greatest fear is that those born and raised here and others like you are very well connected. And, I've always felt a little lacking there, but
Oh, you'll be fine, man. So you have Tom ahead of you, and Tom is awesome.
right.
So the key in something like that, if you have somebody ahead of you and then behind you, Lisa will pick somebody good.
Right.
We've kind of been eyeballing Gigi too to get in line behind you. So if she's still in the club and she's still active, so I'm telling Lisa she needs to rope her into a board position to start getting familiar with the board. And I mean, if you're bookend by Tom and Gigi with you in the middle, we can't go wrong.
Okay, well, thanks for the vote of confidence and very excited.
And I'm willing to help. A lot of people, after they leave the presidency, they go to the past presidents committee and do a couple things, but I'm willing to help as much as I need to.
The year's not over, Guy.
Yeah. There's an invocation person. That's a good sign.
Hey, I'm here.
Good morning.
Yeah, Tori. Yeah, I'm first up. Hey, yeah, I'm here. Got my little note for you, Guy.
Did you bring any donuts, Kim?
No, I treated myself to a Diet Coke this morning from McDonald's. Fountain Coke. That's a treat for me. Yeah, I decided to come into the office because I have better internet. Because when I'm at home and I do the Zoom, every once in a while I get kicked off.
Yeah, I don't know if people can hear it, but at about 7:25 or so, my office gets real lively, and I'm literally right adjacent to the clinic area here. So I wear these headphones, and I try and keep them as quiet as possible, but it's 27 energized women running around here that are ready to get cracking. So
I don't think we ever hear. I've never heard them.
I can't even use the internet here. I have to use the cell signal on my tablet, because once they all get here and start logging in, it like just slows down for a half hour.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Kimberly.
Good morning.
I put the flag up because they photobomb every now and then. They come stand in the doorway and I'm like, who's that person behind you? And today it's not cooperating.
I'm on camera. Some of me. And I'm unmuted.
Hey, we heard that.
I know. I don't mind. You want to say good morning, Charlotte?
Hey, Charlotte.
Morning, Charlotte.
Oh, Kim's at work awfully early today. Yeah.
I am. I'm at the office already.
Cool. You eating cereal out here too?
I don't have cereal.
You've already eaten your cereal. I was talking to your sister. All right, let's mute it because everybody doesn't need to listen to us.
Kimberly, how are things going in your world?
I think they're going pretty well. We're getting excited for the holiday season. We'll gear up here about the first week of November and kick off a lot of our sales. Shopping centers, and traffic is coming back, even though we're open less hours a day. We're excited about the fact that our traffic numbers are where they were almost a year ago.
That's good.
We're hoping for a positive holiday season. Apparel sales was up 2% in September, so that's a good sign.
It is.
Yeah, we're excited.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
I know it. It's been a long, I can tell you, March till August, like 10
Yeah.
years sitting in this
Long
chair.
slog.
But now, I mean, I saw Steve Tanger yesterday, and you know, he's got a great outlook too, and you know, things are on the up and up. So we're excited.
Good.
Kim, I'm going to quote you in my next retail appraisal I do. If you don't
Oh,
mind.
great.
With traffic up. I mean, I need something positive to put in them every now and then.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, they said that for the first time, like appliances and home, you know, entertainment things went down. Sales were down in September, but I think people are getting back out in the real world again. You know what I mean? And for March, April, May, June, July, they just stayed in the home. And so they bought all those things, or they fixed things up. And I think now they're out and about again, at least limitedly. It helps. We have like curbside, like any one of our stores, you could, you know, if you found it online, you can get it from that store, and we have curbside pickup. That's another thing. So we've got a virtual shopper program. Somebody will shop for you. So we've adapted. We've adapted. That's what you have to do.
Yep. Survive and thrive, right?
Amen.
It is hard to believe it's not, but I mean, this has been going on for 7 months. So
Ooh.
I'm in my home office where I've been working for the last 7 months, and it just, yeah.
Well, there are 185 of us here in our corporate office, and right now, I mean, since March 1, there's been 10. I'm one of the 10 that comes in. So we're very much a work remote office, but I can tell you for what happens for me, the 3 screens and my laptop is my 4th screen, and just access to IT when I need it, I feel really safe. I just come in and close my door. You know what I mean? So I don't, and when I get up and walk around, we have great safety protocols. So yeah, I don't mind coming in.
I too could work safely at the office. I'm on the 2nd floor, and there's a separate set of outside stairs up to the 2nd floor. And I think there's one other person in 10,000 square feet. But anyway, we've been told that we'll continue to work from home at least until January, and probably beyond that.
That's the thing that cracks me up is I've been working in the office for 7 months, and literally 75 to 100 people come in here, take their mask off, and then we make an aerosol out of what's in their mouth. But people are deathly afraid of each other. I'm like, there are ways to stay safe.
Yeah. You just have to practice them every day. And
That's
you're
right.
good.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Hey, Randy.
Hey,
Your Honor.
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just great. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning,
Oh,
guys.
Wayne. Hey, Wayne.
Morning.
If you guys think that Zoom meetings for Rotary are challenging, I've had a national conference this week, 6 hours a day for 3 days. It was supposed to be in Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, or my home office.
It is draining. I had my North Carolina Superior Court Judges Conference this week. Same thing. Long days and days in a row. But it's not the same as being in a great place like Austin, but it's, again, better than not having it. So we're all having to accept it.
So come on.
I was invited to be a speaker at a conference and I turned it down because I'm so tired of being on digital learning and everything else. I was like,
Good job. That time will come.
Well, the good news about my conference is today's the last day.
There you go.
That is good.
But it's a national conference, so it doesn't start till early afternoon. So it makes for a long day.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Walt.
Morning.
More won't.
How's everybody doing?
We're here and thriving, right?
That's fine. That's great. Thanks.
I guess I'll order from Elizabeth if Patrick's coming, because it'll be too late to get to the farm.
I'll take care of it either way.
No, I'll take it.
No.
Well, I'm gonna have to get to them. Bring your watermelon stuff out.
You know.
Good morning.
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 Tony.
Morning.
Hey, Tony.
Now push open the gate.
Nice to see that flag in the background.
Good morning, Kimmy. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having that, Chip, because I'm doing the invocation today and I don't have a flag. So you have one right there for me.
That's perfect. I will improve the view a little bit. How's that?
Oh, it looks great. Thank you, Chip.
I'll even stand out of the way.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Gigi.
That must be Gigi.
That's me.
All right. Have a fun day. I'll see you after work. We'll either do buffet or I'll take care of it. So Randy, I guess the club tour is a little bit different.
Yes, it is actually. It was pretty intense last year. Trying to get to all the clubs. So it's a little more casual this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed being district governor. That was an awesome experience, visiting all the clubs, getting to know all the clubs, getting to know all the people, Rotarians.
Of course, we know we're the best club.
I've never doubted that. I have never doubted that, Mike Conrad.
If you don't believe it, ask me.
That's right. And he preaches that everywhere he goes. That your club is the best club.
That's because Mike is the best Rotarian.
Yeah, right.
Mike, you always follow the 4-way test. It's the truth.
I know.
Good morning.
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 Lisa.
Morning.
Need some light, turn some lights off.
I won't touch it.
We're going to go ahead and get started here. I've got quite a couple of exciting things to talk about. So we'll get started with our invocation. Kim, are you ready for our invocation?
I sure am. Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, please remind us daily to use the time you have given us to add something of value to the day. Please help us to realize that this added value is especially beneficial to us when, without obligation or expectation of payback, it is freely given away to those who are less fortunate. Please show us that a smile or a wave or a helping hand, seemingly simplistic actions, add much more value to the day than we normally realize. Watch over our pig stock team this weekend as they prepare the world's greatest meal. May our members and their guests be supportive of this worthy cause. In your name we pray, amen.
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 Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Under
under
God,
God,
Indivisible,
Liberty and
justice
justice
for all. The four-way test of the things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth?
fair to all
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and
Build
good
better
friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Concerned.
That was good. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. So just a reminder to everybody, I'm going to mute all. Make sure you unmute before you speak. That way we get less bleed in. You know, news feeds and people talking to their spouse are good, but not in our Zoom meeting. So the biggest announcement we have today is this is going to be our last purely Zoom meeting. So I'm not sure about you guys, but I am very excited about that. So I know y'all like looking at me in this little Brady Bunch square, but y'all have to see me live in person now for the rest of the year. So it's going to be exciting stuff. And I especially want to thank Steve Scott. He did a lot of work on this. He helped get the groundwork in place to get us a connection at the painted plate. So for the months, and if you weren't here last week, which most of you were, for the months of November, December, and January, our new home will be the painted plate on Whitehurst Road behind the Village Tavern. So Steve's going to be sending out a sign up. That sign up will include the breakfast you have to choose. It's going to be plated, and we need to get them in a timely manner, you know, a couple of days before the meeting so we can give them time to prepare. We're going to have some questionnaires. We're going to be doing temperature checks. I'm even going to bring some pulse oximeters if people want to check their blood oxygen. And if people are smart and safe, this should go over without a hitch. As I've said before, we see 100 people in this place every day and they take their masks off, and we do it safely and nobody gets sick. So we can do this. All right, so that's my biggest announcement for today. Next, we'll move on to birthdays and anniversaries. Rick, you there?
Yes, sir. I am here, finally. I'm having trouble getting in today. I don't know why it wouldn't let me in through the link, but yes, I am semi-prepared, Mr. President. I just realized next week we're not going to be meeting together, and I should have had next week's birthdays prepared as well, but I don't. So please don't shoot me. On birthdays this week, we have none, but next week we have two on November 1st. And that would be our, oh boy, here we go. That would be none only than Mr. Dan Quinn and Dan Farley. Danny Dan, are you guys on this morning? Well, maybe not. Well, see, we didn't need to worry about those guys anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on down. This week, we are celebrating some wedding anniversaries, and we will have, I can't see the screen there, so just help me out, folks. Middleton and Howard Driggers and Buster Lewis. Are you guys with us today?
I'm here.
All right, there you go, baby. I think you and Lisa had a birthday there on, wedding anniversary on October 4th. Is that correct?
The 20th.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, can't read my own writing here. October 20th. Yes, sir. And how many there, Mr. Lewis?
41.
Man, way to go. Everybody give him a hand on that one. That is great. And Howard Driggers, are you here with us? Okay, well, he and Christine had an anniversary on the 19th. We've got some club anniversaries to celebrate this week. We've got a bunch of those, happy to say. Let me see if I can scroll down here real fast and find everybody that should be celebrating next week. Yeah, I got a couple more to add. All right, work with me here, folks. Let's see, we'll get started for this week's. David Graves, are you with us today? All right, well, David has 16 years of the club. And Dale Hopkins? All right, Dale has 7 with us. And Howard, we know he's not here. He had 7 as well. Let's see if we can do any better down on this list. How about Dale Mitzer? Dale, are you with us today? Man, I am striking out everywhere. Lisa Simpson, I know you're here. Maybe she's not.
I'm here.
All right, atta girl. And you have a club anniversary. How many do you have there?
4 or 5, and it feels like 20.
Yeah, well, it's 25, Lisa. So you're close. You have 5, my friend. This is the big 5th anniversary for you.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're sure
awesome.
glad that you're here.
Been awesome.
All right, and then let's see here, the wedding anniversaries we got, and then coming up next week, we'll go ahead and celebrate that now. Mr. Mike Allen. Mike, I think you and Beth have an anniversary coming up here on what?
26th. I can verify that.
Can you really?
I can.
Right. We'll let you submit the documentation then later on. And
I
we'll
appreciate
that today. And how many is that, Mike?
It'll be 35.
Oh, wow. That's cool. All right. Well, everybody give them a big hand too. Mike and Beth are 26. So, all right. Finally, Mr. President, I think I have stumbled through this thing and have everyone covered. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to everyone.
Thank you, Rick. And Dan, you get an extra hour for your birthday, buddy. That's quite a present. So November 1st is daylight savings time, or the end of daylight savings time. So make sure you change your clocks appropriately. Next, we're going to do our football pool. It's Mr. Anniversary, Mike Allen.
Well, thank you, Guy. I thought it would be appropriate to share. You probably don't believe it, but I get a lot of emails and cards and letters from people in the club asking questions about the football pool, and I thought this morning would be a good time to share some of those, just to give you a flavor of just the interest that the club members have for the pool and for me generally. So here's just a few. Don't you think it's time for you to retire from doing the football pool? It's helpful. Another one is, have you thought about taking a class on how to properly run a football pool? This one is a little bit more specific. Why can't you send the football pool email without Guy Ramondo's help? That's because I'm challenged. And then, do you actually score the entries, or do you just pick random winners each week? And then this last one just said, I know where you live. I guess that one's not really a question, but I did get one that was that was kind of more specific and I thought appropriate. The participant said, when we used to have the meetings in person, they really noticed how I had warm and fuzzy feelings when Lisa Simpson would do her handwritten art on the sheets and would also do lots of circles and stuff for Navy when they appeared. And so the reader said, now that you don't have those warm, fuzzy feelings in person from the sheets, how are you coping with that? And I'm able to answer that question. And I wanted to share that. Well, Lisa has adjusted in our remote football pool by sending me emails that are helpful. I'll try to show this. You'll see that she has a big smiley face, and this is undoctored. This is how she sends it, with a huge smiley face on the email. And then when Navy appears, of course, you see, here's all the other games, but when Navy is in there, she highlights that. So luckily, I am able to get remote fuzzy feelings. So now to the pool. We had a really tough race to the bottom with so many solid deficient entries. You had Justin Plummer with 13. You had Rick Martin with 14. On the bottom end, though, it was really tight. You had Tony Huemeyer, and then of course the two that always have come close together the last couple of weeks, Guy Rabondo and Matthew Foster. And it was really tight. They each had 12, but of course it's the losing score. They all picked Kansas City. The total points for Kansas City was 43. Tony was the closest with 36, so he's kind of the best of the worst. Matthew Foster, 57, so he doesn't get it. But with picking 70 points and only getting 12 right is Guy Rabondo. You are the loser this week, and for that victory, what you get to do for your prize is you're going to be able to send out the rest of the emails for the season when I send them to you, because I don't have the capabilities intellectually to do that. Now on the top end, one of the questions should have been, is Tom Phoenix ever going to stop winning? This week we had some really good contestants. I won't spill the beans on that yet, but we had some really good contestants. You had Eric Durham at 17. You had Mike Andrus at 17. You had Kim Dane at 18. You'll remember she won, but she didn't show up. So that was really, really sad. But pulling out yet another victory for the four-peat is Tom Phoenix with 19. And because I think we're going to take a week off of the football pool to give Tom a little time to think about whether he should be winning week after week after week, and whether or not he wants to adjust. But congratulations to Tom, congratulations to Guy. We'll take next week off. I'll send out an email with Guy's help, hopefully, to everybody. So that when we have the first meeting in November, we'll get the games out and you guys can pick, and hopefully we'll have a good turnout for that. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mike. In Mike's defense, he cannot send that through P-mail because only the board members have P-mail access. And part of that is that's how our club's been set up, just to prevent that. Mostly is for official use, right? And some limited unofficial use. So
it's to prevent me from using it, which I feel better. I just thought I was stupid, so I feel better.
Yeah, Mike's a very smart man, and I have good evidence to support that, but we'll talk about that later. So the next announcement I have is the club has approximately $260,000 in our scholarship fund. So we will begin the process of working at the application guidelines and rules for maintenance. And we've actually got a proposal that Chris Justice has put together. So Dan Quinn, Chip Person, Mike Conrad, Chris Justice, and Judy Brumley and I all met Monday, and we are going to be the initial scholarship committee. We've created the guidelines for forthcoming committees. In the future, it will be the past president's committee with the sitting president and the youth services chair who serve as that committee. Our scholarship as it stands will be a $10,000 annual scholarship. It'll be awarded in biannual $5,000 installments, and we're going to have qualifications that the students have to meet and will be monitored by the scholarship committee. It'll be a 4-year scholarship, and the goal eventually is to get that scholarship to the point where we can award more than one at a time. So the committee, if it's successful in picking a good applicant, will basically pick an applicant every 4 years. Hopefully we don't have to pick one every year. So if we do, that means that something's gone terribly wrong. So the candidate will be picked mostly to build a good Rotarian. So we're going to pick people who have an active interest in service. They will be required to be part of a Rotaract club. Hopefully they have had some interaction with Rotary. Members of the Rotary Club will not be qualified. Their children will not be qualified to get the scholarship. So there will be no nepotism in the scholarship. It's going to be a worthy, qualified individual outside of our club who we hopefully bring in and make a good Rotarian. So that was really exciting stuff. It was a very productive meeting. No alcohol was drunk at all, I promise. Not really. Anyway, we had a great time, and thank you, Dan, for providing the alcohol and the location, and thank you, Chris Justice, for all the hard work. Chris has put a ton of work into this, and he's created something really good that we're going to show to the club once we get it all approved and finished. Next announcement is our World's Greatest Meal and Pig Stock are both coming up. I'm going to let Chip talk about that, and Rick Martin. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Well, the first thing I have to announce is that we're not having the world's greatest meal at Gail Stansel's house. Unfortunately, one of her daughters has tested positive yesterday for the coronavirus, and the whole family has to quarantine. So we're going to move it back to my house, 5876 Stanley Huff Road, Summerfield. Most of y'all have been out there. Had some things going on where I didn't think I could have it at my house, and before we moved it to Gail's simply to accommodate that. But it's back at my house. We have plenty of room. We have about 30 people signed up. Please get the word out to all the club members and anyone else who might be attending. Most important thing is we're going to have a lot of food. We need a lot of people, and hopefully all those people will bring their checkbooks or make a donation to help us eradicate polio. I'll let Rick swing in here and tell us about that since he's our polio chair. Tell us, Rick.
Well, you bet. I'll just kind of save most of it here for Mr. Perkins, who's going to be talking to us today about Polio Plus. And thank you so much, Randy, for being here. We are just delighted to be able to get together and have our world's greatest meal, also combined with our practice barbecue meal. And this is our chance to not only check out and see how the team is doing with the barbecue, but it's to raise funds for probably the most important thing that we do as Rotarians, has been since the 80s, and that's eradicate polio. And we're so close. And again, I'll let Randy get into the details, but I just cannot encourage everybody enough to please be prepared to give and give generously as you can. And just know that Rotary, it's going for such a great cause. It is our cause. So look forward to seeing everybody there. It'll be fun to be out at Chip's house. I don't know if you guys know it this year. Last year we had a prize fight between my dog Scout and Chip's dog Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson bit the end of my dog's ear off. So we're gonna have a rematch this year, and we'll see what happens. So we have some extra entertainment there for you guys as well.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get back in. Let's hope there's no more blood drawn anyway.
Yeah, let's hope so. That's what Scout's vote is anyway.
Yeah, can I put my 2 cents in? If
Yes,
you
sir,
make
please.
a check out, you can please make it out to the Rotary Foundation. and I'll be glad to send it in. So you'll get credit toward another Paul Harris Fellow. And you can go online and make your donation to the Rotary Foundation rather than coming through me as well. So there's a couple ways to do it. And if you do give cash, if we know who that cash is from, we will send in a check and we will mark it so you get credit for the cash that you have given us.
Yeah, Mike, thanks for saying that, because I had mistakenly said, make the check out to Gate City Rotary and earmark it for the polio fund. But Mike, thank you for mentioning that this morning.
I would remind everybody, this is a fundraiser and we're going to have a lot of fun raising these funds. So please come on out. We've got a great location to do it. I will have a fire in the fire pit. So you're welcome to hang around Saturday evening after we're done. And anybody who's donated or helped or going to bring something, tables and all that kind of stuff, we're making arrangements to get that stuff from Gail's house out to my house. So anyway, and I'll need a little help cleaning up. So anyway, if somebody will hang around Saturday and help clean up a little bit, I'd greatly appreciate it. That's it. Thank you, Guy.
Thank you, Chip. And everybody, please be conscientious of, mask wearing and space and everything else. We want to keep this safe. Of course, we want it to be fun. The last announcement I'm going to make on that is I am willing to make a donation match of $1 for every $10 donated. So, I've earmarked some funds to give. If you guys give $10,000 combined, I'll give 1,000. So that's my promise to the club. That's how much I believe in it. I think it's a great cause. I'm sure Randy will like to hear that, but I am willing to match. And my limit is $2,000. So if you guys can scrounge together and get 20 grand up, I'll put 2 on top of it. So every $10 you give gets an extra dollar tacked on top. The last announcement before our happy dollars is we have had a change to our board. So Chris Hampton has found another job with a law firm that is a bit further away from our meeting location. So he is resigning from the club. He does plan to transfer to another Rotary club, so he's staying in Rotary. That's the good news. He will be substituted by Chris Neal. So it's simple. You just call him Chris, and you'll get the new member chair. I haven't announced our resignations in the club, but this is our last Zoom meeting, so it's a bit cathartic for me to go ahead and do it right now. Jeff Tillman and Ken Kinka both did resign from the club while we were in the Zoom phase here. So both of those guys have left. Jeff has expressed that he may come back. Ken is approaching retirement and is probably going to relocate to the mountains. So he thought it was an opportune time. So before Happy Dollars, I'm going to have Buster make an announcement about our club grants, and then he'll parlay right into Happy Dollars. You got it, Buster.
Thank you, Guy. Who got my email about the club grants? I sent it out, and I just realized that it might have had something to do with the Mike Allen situation where we're trying to prevent him from emailing people. But okay, if I'll send this out again, it's the grant application. Every year the club allocates money for grants that have to do with organizations that we are personally involved with as members of Gate City Rotary. So we have $10,000 to give out. Only a member in good standing can submit an application. 1 request per club member. The member must be actively involved as board, volunteer in the organization for which they are requesting funds. And you have until November 10th to get your application in. So if you did not get an application from me, I'll send this out again. I'm sort of surprised because usually these come in pretty quickly, but I've only received 1 back. So just I'll send this out again, and just look forward to receiving those. And Yeah, that's it.
And Buster, just have Guy send it again too.
Yes, I will. I will. I think I have a little higher status than you, but
I know you do.
Nobody's higher than the football pool guy.
Buster, they ignore mine too. They just read the title line, then ignore it.
Yeah, right. Oh, well. All right, happy dollars, baby. Woo!
I'll start it off. I had a birthday last weekend, and I was fortunate enough to get invited to go fishing with Matthew Foster and stay at his place on the coast. And we caught a bunch of fish, had a great time, caught some keepers, caught a bunch of good fish that we threw back. So a little bit of conscientiousness and catch and release going on there. So had a great time. I want to thank Matthew, and I'm going to give $5 to the club. Thank you, Matthew.
All right. Is this something we can all sign up for, or is this just exclusively like Matthew? Come on, man.
Well, I'll give a happy dollar. I'll send a sign-up genius out for the fishing trip. I do half days for $350 and full days for $600. So you have $50 price break there, but no, we had a great time, and I can't remember who caught more, but it's always nice to be at least close to Guy because you can see he gets a little quieter when he gets nervous, and everybody on the boat likes that. That's it.
I'll do a happy dollar.
Who's this?
This is Gail.
Okay, this is iPhone 366.
Yes, I'm running. I hate to admit it, but under the circumstances, I am running around this morning as I prepare to take Victoria to get her tested, even though she does not have symptoms. Rosa is the one who was tested positive. Her birthday was on the 20th, and that night she got a phone call that a friend of hers tested positive. Great birthday present, right? So the next day she definitely was started to not feel well, like maybe just a little glassy in the eyes, and she just knew. And I really didn't think anything of it because she usually walks such a tight and narrow path that when she has a big weekend or anything, she usually takes a day or two to recover. And she went to reveal weekend at NC State for her sorority. And there was a lot of outdoor activity. There were some dinners. One of her close friends is high risk and had to really narrow in and pinpoint when she got it just for the sake of her health. So that was helpful because we really think we know exactly, to the best of their knowledge when she thinks she got it. Her symptoms are yesterday, we were supposed to go this morning for her test, but yesterday she said, my chest is starting to hurt. So I made a couple phone calls and got her in for a rapid test. And that's how we found out she was positive. If you all remember, Victoria had to be tested because she was working at Starmount and someone had got positive there. And I found that interesting because that was months ago. And the process to get tested was so different now. It's much more systematic and less personal. And I will tell you, Rose's test got positive, he said, in seconds, where Victoria, we waited like 15 minutes. So they're obviously either Rosa's really numbers were high or they're making improvements already on testing ability. Last night, by the time we got home and settled in and learned how we were going to isolate her, she was feeling just like she has a little cold. I mean, she has a little bit of a runny nose. And of course, I think she's nervous. She said, I'm a little scared. And I think she tends to have anxiety a little bit. So I think the pressure in her chest, she does a lot of reading, self-diagnosing generally, even over a stubbed toe. So I can't imagine what she's reading about. But I will keep you all posted. Her 14-day period will end next Friday. That will be 14 days from her initial exposure, we think. So we'll lay low until then. Just say a prayer for her that she doesn't get any worse. And Victoria and I currently both are completely fine. Our symptoms should kick in right now. Like we should be sick by Friday if we're by tomorrow, according to Rose's, whatever. But we both feel fine, and we all know that this can affect people differently. So it'll be interesting, and hopefully not very eventful. So just say a little prayer for the Stancil family. We have been through worse, and we'll get through this, and plan to share, the good, the bad, and the ugly, which hopefully we won't have very much of, so that you all can have some personal insight. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. I'll be happy to share. I am going to miss, this would have been my first year since Hal's gone. I mean, I was really looking forward to having everybody here and helping support such a great cause. I'll make my donation from here, and I'll be thinking about how much better your food will be than mine on that day. Unless somebody wants to drop off a plate.
All right, Gail, so that's $20. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Best wishes.
I've got a happy dollar. A lot of people complain about Zoom meetings, and I think in many ways they're great because you can multitask while you're in Zoom meetings. And I'm so grateful that Jeffrey Toobin, indicated, activities that one really should not do during Zoom meetings. So that's my happy dollar.
Hey, Buster, I got a happy dollar.
All right, Tom.
Yeah, on top of all this COVID and everything else going on, if you watch the news, Guilford Tech was taken down by a cyber attack, this ransomware thing. And they basically took our entire network over. All our systems were down. About a little over a month ago, our registration starts 11/1, and we are completely 100% back up with our student system. I've had to actually work a lot compared to the last 7 years there. So we will be open, and we did not pay them a dime. And a lot of hard work went into it, but we're in the cloud now, much more protected. So Guilford Tech will be moving on.
Nice job. Nice.
It's been a lot of work.
Very good.
Hey, Buster, I have a happy dollar. Our company has been in their same location on East Market Street for 21 years in this building that my partners and I bought way back in 1999. But we're moving this weekend, and so we're shutting down today at 5 o'clock and moving tomorrow and Saturday. Hopefully we'll be back up and running at our new location on Monday morning. But we're moving. We're going to be the first tenant in the new Slugger building, which is on the corner of the baseball stadium there. So
nice.
So we'll be moving this weekend.
Congratulations. I thought you were going to be moving to your spare bedroom, but
very
nice.
There's a whole lot of our folks that are still working from home, which is okay. That's certainly, but the office is moving finally.
Oh, nice. What floor?
We're on the 4th floor, and we have a balcony that overlooks the field. So when the Hoppers ever get back to playing, we're going to be crowding our balcony out there watching the game. So
very nice.
Buster, I have a happy dollar also.
All right.
This is for, I wanted to recognize Tony Villiers because this past weekend was my wife's birthday, and it was a pretty significant birthday. So we stayed at the O. Henry and had dinner at the Green Valley Grill, and it was really an incredible weekend. And Tony pretty much set it all up, and I just wanted to thank him for everything he did to make it a very special weekend.
Nice. Go Tony. All right, I guess we need to cut it off. That's we got to give our speaker time. But I just wanted to warn Chip. There's just a really creepy dude standing behind you the whole time. I just thought you might want to know, Chip. There's this really creepy dude behind you. So Anyway, so Grandpappy Lewis always used to tell me that negativity is what optimists call objectivity when they don't like the message. So that's Grandpappy today. All right, goodbye.
Yeah, that guy just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in, I think, maybe. I don't know.
Thank you, Buster. So we're going to announce our speaker now. Randy, sorry we're taking your time here.
Good morning. We're happy to have Randy with us. And when I looked this morning and saw this lengthy bio, I'm not sure that we even have time to read all of his accomplishments. But Randy's a native of Guilford County and graduated from UNC Greensboro, go Spartans, with a BS in biology education. He taught in the public schools for 25 years and then started his own HR management staffing firm, Prime Personnel Resources, located in Burlington. He's married to Rita. I think many of you've met her. She's a retired school teacher as well. They have a daughter, Auburn, who is in our club, and a son, Reed, and 3 grandchildren. Rita and Auburn and Reed are all Rotarians in separate clubs, and each one is a Paul Harris Fellow. His primary personnel resources are very active in the community, and I won't read all the things that his staff are involved in, but very impressive. Randy joined Rotary in 1998. He became president in 2001 and assistant district governor in 2003. In 2015, Randy and Rita went on and NID to India, where through Rotary, they provided the polio vaccine to children in impoverished neighborhoods. Needless to say, this was a life-changing experience for both of them. Randy has sponsored over 20 members into Rotary through the Alamance Breakfast Club and the Rotary Club of Alamance. He is a Paul Harris Fellow, benefactor, belongs to the Bequest Society, Paul Harris Society, and is a major donor and received the 4 Avenues of Service Award in 2002. They both, Randy and Rita, received the District Service Award in 2015. When he's not involved in Rotary activities, I don't know when he has time, but he likes to fish and do woodworking and plays golf. And he truly believes that District 7690 is where fellowship and service are timeless. So welcome, Randy. We're glad to have you with us.
Well, thank you. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. And let's see if we can get my PowerPoint up and running. I hope by now you can see that Rotary opens opportunities. Can you see those doors? Can you see my program?
No.
No, we don't see it.
Okay, so I've got a little bit of a problem here. Let me try it again. I was concerned about this.
We actually did a couple of dry runs, but
Listen, it's amazing how much Randy and I happen to look alike. I wonder if we're related back there somewhere.
We probably are. Okay, let's see. I cannot get that to come up the way I did earlier. So
Randy, you have the screen now. We just need to get your presentation.
Okay.
Now we're back to all separate.
All right. Now, can you see my program?
No.
Okay, let me try one more time. We actually did a dry run of this. And And I really don't know where to go from here.
You're just gonna have to wing it, Randy.
Can I quickly email my program to somebody?
Yeah, you can send it to me or to David Lillard. Do you have my email, Randy?
Hold on one second.
Can you see David's there in the chat box?
Okay, can I email it to Lisa? Oh, I got you right here. I got it. Well, I can't get it to come up, so I can email it. So I'll just start talking.
Okay.
And I sincerely apologize for this. We tried very hard to make sure that my program would come up, but I'll just tell you my story. Rotary opens opportunities. And I was really proud when I was asked to speak to a Rotary Club in 1998. And I was asked, I had just started my business, and I was asked to speak about staffing because that was the business that I was established to do. And when I was standing there in front of these folks talking about my business, I wondered, what will I have to do to join this club? Because what I see is the movers and shakers of Alamance County. And so when I finished my presentation, the president and my sponsor came up to me and asked me to join the club. I had no idea when I joined the club, and I was really proud to do that. I had no idea that I would be the president in less than a year and a half of my club. I had no idea that I would be a foundation advocate. I had no idea that I would be an assistant governor, and I served 2 terms as assistant governor, served with Mike, and I really enjoyed serving with Mike. And I also had no idea that I would be the district governor for Rotary District 7690. That was a job that I really loved. But over the years, my passion developed for polio. And I happened to hear about this lady, Nancy Barbie, that was going to India on a national immunization day. So I came home and I told my wife, Rita, I said, Rita, how about sending her an email and let's find out about this India NID trip. So Rita and Nancy communicated back and forth, and we put the check in the mail and bought the airline tickets. And the next thing you know, Rita and I are on a jet plane to New Delhi. And we have never met Nancy Barbie in our entire life. And we'd never met any of the group that we were going to meet in New Delhi. But we landed in New Delhi and found Nancy Barbie and met our group. And it was just an awesome group to tour India with, especially since all of us were Rotarians and we had that in common. One of our very first stops was the World Health Organization right there in New Delhi, and we met the director of the polio eradication program. And he had been in his job for 10 years, and his job was literally the eradication of polio in India. And he explained to us how they became certified, and they were actually certified polio-free in 2015. And that was the year that Rita and I actually went to India. But once we left the World Health Organization, we started going into villages in different parts of India. and we were called the mop-up crew, and we were identifying children that had missed the opportunity to go to the major National Immunization Day event where they would be immunized. So we had a list of children that had not presented for that event, and we went from door to door looking for these children and dropping 2 drops of vaccine in their mouth. It was just an amazing, awesome experience. Some of these villages that we went into had 5,000, 6,000 people. They may have 3,000 or 4,000 children, and just very impoverished neighborhoods. And that's really changed my life, and it changed Rita's life, and it really added to my passion to do everything that we can do to help eliminate polio from the world. Now, India was certified polio-free in 2015, and you may remember just in the last 3 months, Nigeria was certified polio-free. Now, and that's an important date. When Nigeria was certified polio-free, that was the last stronghold for all of Africa. So that meant that all of the entire African nations were certified polio-free. And that only left 2 remaining countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan. Now, so far this year, Afghanistan has had 52 cases of wild polio virus, and Pakistan has had 71 cases of wild polio virus. So you can see that it's imperative that we go into Afghanistan and Pakistan as quickly as we can to fight this before it continues to spread to other places on the continent. And that's why Bill Gates has joined this campaign. As a matter of fact, as you know, in addition to the money that the match that Guy is going to make, the district matches those dollars, dollar for dollar. And Rotary International matches that money, dollar for dollar. And then the Bill Gates Society Foundation matches that money 2 for 1. So right now, it is a bargain to contribute your money to polio eradication. So Nigeria were certified polio-free. That left Afghanistan and Pakistan. And polio was one of my priorities while I was district governor. And our new governor, Tommy Rosser, it is also his biggest priority. And Tommy and I came up with this campaign called Polio Plus Promise. I am sure that you have heard about it now. And what we are asking Rotarians to do is to sign this pledge. And that's all it is. It's a pledge. And when you sign that pledge, what you're committing to is $100 a year until polio is eradicated from the face of the earth. Now, people that sign this pledge are eligible to receive, we will mail you this coin that was created by the federal mint, and it commemorates the year that the polio vaccine was created by Jonas Salk. It's a very special coin. We will also issue a very special certificate indicating that you're a member of the Polio Plus Promise organization in District 7690. Now, my hope is that one of our clubs, we don't know which one it is, will become the very first club in the world to be 100% Polio Plus Promise Club. I hope, Guy, that you and your club will consider doing this. I've asked our district administrator, Christy, to email this Polio Plus form, Polio Plus Promise form to every Rotarian in your club so that they will have it in front of them. And my hope is that every Rotarian in your club will give it consideration. Now, I want to close with a trivia question. I'm going to read some information about a polio survivor. And I'd like for you to guess who this survivor is. And if you can guess, I will send you this coin. Let me give you a few clues. This person was born February the 9th, 1945. She is an American actress, activist, and former fashion model. She has appeared in more than 50 films and won numerous awards, including a Golden Globe Award and 3 BAFTA Award nominations. She is also known for her extensive work as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, which includes humanitarian activities in Darfur, Chad, and the Central African Republic. In 2008, Time magazine named her one of the most influential people in the world. So what we're talking about here is a polio survivor, a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, an actress. And in February of 2012, this lady went on a tour of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And this is what she said. And this fits today just as well as it did in 2012. Imagine a ship imperiled at sea with hundreds of children on board. Of course, the international community would respond immediately and fully. Yet each year, poverty and polio steal the lives and the childhood of hundreds of thousands of Congolese children. We have the capacity and the moral obligation to save them. But do we have the will? And now, with that said, I'm going to ask, does anybody know who I am talking about? Okay, I'll give you one clue. Once upon a time, this lady was married to Frank Sinatra.
Mia Farrow.
Absolutely, Mia Farrow. Who said that?
Checked in here. I thought maybe it was her, but Mia Farrow.
Great. I will send you this quarter, this dollar, special commemorative dollar, and I'll get this out and in the mail to you today. But Mia Farrow, very few people knew that she was actually a polio survivor and that she did so much work throughout the world, mostly in Central African nations, trying to eliminate polio. Guy, I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you guys today. I wish my presentation could have come up, but otherwise, I think it was just an outstanding visit, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Randy. You did a great job as always. You don't need the presentation. You still did very well. So I am sending the PDF, the Polio Plus PDF. I can't send it through Pmail, so I'm going to send it directly to everybody's email. And everybody should be getting that this morning. So remember, I will match $1 to every $10 the entire club gives. So everybody reach deep and let's see if we can be the first club. Thank you, Randy, again.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop the meeting here, but if people want to stay on and talk to Randy or ask any questions, we're right up to the end of the meeting. So if people want to log out, feel free. Otherwise, we'll just leave it open.
Thank you, Randy. That was great.
Thank you. I really appreciate that nice introduction, and I really appreciate you abbreviating it the way you did. Thank you.
We would, I would still be reading your.
Well,
Thank
you know,
Randy.
when you get as old as I am, you get to write a lot, you know?
Very impressive, very
Thank you.
impressive. And you're welcome to,
Say that again?
you're welcome to visit Gate City anytime.
I certainly will. I just have a fondness in my heart for the Gate City Club. I guess it's because my daughter's a member, and I've known Mike Conrad almost since the day I joined Rotary, and he has been such a powerful influence on my life. Thank you for that invitation.
I call
Lisa.
Mike the godfather of Rotary.
Yes, he is actually.
Good title for him too. Hey, Randy, thank you so much for being here. You articulated that so well, and I just feel like as Rotarians, that has got to be one of our main pushes. And I would be interested sometime in going on one of those immunization trips. I just think that everyone I've heard that's ever gone just says it's one of the most rewarding experiences that they've ever participated in.
It was just an awesome experience, and honestly, I would love to go again. And matter of fact, I would love to maybe go to Pakistan or Afghanistan if we knew it would be a safe trip.
Yeah.
Randy, I just sent the PDF to the entire club. So even we are our satellite members too. So that's 80 people. Hopefully we get a bunch of people from that.
That's just awesome, Guy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. You guys have a great week. I look forward to seeing everybody.